So good morning, everyone. My name is Sharon Whiteman, and it's my great pleasure and privilege to be here with you each and every week, along with my colleagues, Dana Hunter and Gary Knapp. We love connecting with the community and the benefit. And here we have Chris dropping in to join us. Hello, Chris. So I will just give you a little bit of a background about Landen. I know there's so many new people partnering with us in Mannatech, Australasia, that you may not have had the privilege of hearing from Landen previously. Landen Fredrick is the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, a director on the board of directors of the Direct Selling Association, as well as the chairman of the M5M Foundation, our nonprofit organization benefiting children in need by fighting global malnutrition. At Mannatech, Fredrick oversees sales and supports our associates across the globe. He is passionate about creating the best customer experience possible for Mannatech's independent sales associates. Having been a part of Mannatech since 2006, Fredrick has played a key role in developing and driving systems to create efficiencies and manage scale for a company on the Direct Selling News Global 100 list. Fredrick's experience in direct selling has spanned over 20 years and 3 companies where he's climbed the ranks from sales to operations with each engagement. Prior to joining Mannatech, he had 5 years of advertising experience as the owner of Killian Fredrick LLC. Before that, he was consultant with a banking software company, and he earned his BA from Abilene Christian University with an emphasis on international business and Japanese. He later earned his MBA from Amber University. He's married with 3 children and is an avid outdoorsman and has a lifelong involvement in church activities. So Landen, thank you so very much for making time in your schedule for us this morning, just before you join us down here for our conference next week.
Thank you, Sharon, very much. It is really a pleasure to be here with all of you. And thank you again for inviting me on the call. And this is your morning time. What time is it there for you all?
Well, it's 8 in Queensland and 9 in New South Wales. And then you go back a little earlier for the Western states.
Wow. Well, I tell you, I mean, just the fact that everybody's up and ready to go and that you're donating your Saturday time to spend some time with us is pretty special, and I certainly appreciate it. For those of you who don't know me very well, if we haven't had a chance to spend too much time together, I think we have had some time at the presidential summits in Hawaii, but just like Sharon was and others were saying, I have not been to Australia before, so I do look forward to the time when I get to come and visit you all, and let's talk more about that at the end of the call. But this is, I've been with the company since that bio said since 2006, and boy, I tell you what, it amazes me that it's been 14 years. My father, who is the chairman of the board, he got involved with Mannatech back in the year 2000. He was just looking for an investment. Really, it was one of those kind of things where my dad is just very much into the numbers, anyone who knows him knows this, and he just saw a huge opportunity to buy a stock that was relatively inexpensive and had an opportunity to make some money and flip it. And but I tell you what, he got involved with Mannatech, and just like many of us and many of you out there, there is something intoxicating about this company, and it starts with the products. The company has amazing products. We ended up having we tried some products on my mom. My mom had some health challenges, and she just had an incredible experience. And my father was like, "Wow, this is pretty incredible." And so he got involved, I got involved, and we decided this was something that, it's so disruptive when you find something that does so much for people's lives and helps them from a health standpoint. But then at the same time, it wasn't just that the company had. It was the products were amazing. This product, Ambertos, was amazing. But it was the people behind it. So, and not just the people internally, and that just an incredible team of people leading this company, but also people externally. I mean, our associates and our leaders out there, just what an example. And, they were on a crusade to change the world. And it really felt like something that we could identify with. And especially because the differences that we saw in how my mother's life was changed, it just was something we knew that we had to do. You know, I made a commitment a long time ago that I was going to do everything that I could to get as much ambertose in as many people's mouths on a consistent basis. And a dream that we have, and I think I've talked with some of you before, and I know that there are many of you out there that share this same dream, is that ambertose should be as common as sugar on someone's table. In fact, hopefully it's not sugar that they have there. But hopefully if it's any sugar that they have, it's ambertose. But that is really a realistic dream that we have, that it's just people need it. People's bodies are lacking in getting the proper nutrition that they need. And what better way to replace and to enhance their life and their nutrition than with ambertose. So it's really been an incredible ride for us. I joined the company because I was at a party, like a Christmas party, and I met Sam Castor, and he asked me, he said, "Hey, do you know anything?" I was telling him that I was in web stuff and advertising, and he said, "Hey, do you know much about websites?" And I said, "In e-commerce?" I said, "Sure, absolutely. That's what I do." And he said, "Well, we've got this one of our leaders, Tim Altvader, has this website called Golden Keys. Can you come figure it out for us?" And it was so funny because it was we joined, and I mean, I ended up going to work and helping out, and really got to know Tim a long time ago. And we established this friendship, really. And that was my entrance into Mannatech. That's how I got exposed to Mannatech, was Tim Altvader. And I did this report on what he was doing and presented it back to the corporate team. And it was just really an awesome experience. In that moment, I got to know Tim, and that he was just this guy was a go-getter, and just really knew how to leverage systems and leverage the internet. So just so everybody knows here, I've actually hired him on full time. He's moved down here to Flower Mound. And so he's helping us just from a technology standpoint, from system standpoint, helping us here in the office. So we're really happy to help him, happy to have him. And I know that many of you have had relationships with Tim over the years. So, if you happen to see him or something, have his contact, make sure you say hello and tell him welcome. Anyway, this is, again, this company is incredible, and it's unique. And whenever you find a technology like ambertose that has a ingredient like Mannapol, and also like our arabinogalactin product, when you find these ingredients, these are the types of things that set you apart. It makes you unique. And so, we have Ace Mannan. There are other companies out there that claim that they have Ace Mannan. They do not, because Ace Mannan is $1 to $2 million in molecular weight. And we have Mannapol, which is our true Ace Mannan. And we have an exclusive agreement on this. So when you have an exclusive agreement on an incredible ingredient like that, it's something that you want to be aligned with. And that was, again, why years ago, my father, and why we've decided to make Mannatech a part of our future and our portfolio. And this is something that we are in for the long haul. So it has been, again, an incredible ride to this point. I am very excited just to be a part of this company, and it's, in fact, Chris, I saw that you joined the call, and I want to make sure that I say something to Chris. Chris is an incredible leader and regional president of Mannatech, and just everything that you do, Chris, to benefit all of our markets, and specifically Australia. We appreciate all your efforts and all your hard work. It's a big job, and when there's so little sometimes staff, and so we appreciate the staff and the Australian staff and everybody that helps over there. So what do you look? So I'm sitting here talking, and you're giggling. I don't even have the camera on. So anyway, Oh, you're muted there. Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay, so moving on. So this is the year of what's oh, okay, great.
I'm giving you a
This is
thumbs
the
up. Thank
year
you.
of acceleration here at the corporate office. So what does that mean? Well, actually, here at the home office here in North America, we're having Manifest coming up, and acceleration is the theme because we're having our Manifest, our North American Manifest. We're having it at Texas Motor Speedway, so an actual racetrack, which is pretty cool. And we're having an event for the presidentials where they get an opportunity to get behind a race car and drive it around the track. So we are in the mode of moving fast. And that is the message that we want for everybody to know, because the world is moving faster and faster. And we feel and we know that it's imperative for all of you, for our associates, for our customers, in order for you to stay up with the world, you need us to move faster. But if we're going to move fast, we got to do it smartly, for lack of a better word. I don't think smartly is a word, but we have to move fast, and we have to do it in a smart fashion. So there's actually one leader out there in the industry of another company that has said, you've got to fail fast, but fail forward. And, so that is what we're focused on, is that there may be some failures out there, but we got to do it quickly, and we have to recover, and we have to move fast to deliver for our customers, because this gig economy is booming. I mean, this is where it's at. Because of our business model, because of the company that we have, we are uniquely positioned to really leverage the gig economy. And what is that? For us here, there's a lot of companies, there's like Uber, Airbnb, where people are leveraging side gigs or side hustles to make an extra income. I mean, you have people that are working more than 2 jobs. They may be working 3 because they're doing all these different side gigs. And we believe that we are uniquely positioned because we have like we talked about earlier, we have a disruptive technology. We have incredible people. We have the right system. Our network marketing model helps us to participate in this gig economy, because an Uber driver, who's out there, their ability to make money is finite. There's only so many hours in a day that you can be behind the wheel of a car. So you're not gonna, you don't have the ability to use leverage. With network marketing, you have the ability to use leverage, which is awesome. Richard Brooke used to talk about, in fact, he still does, the power of leverage, and the power of having other people work on your behalf and work with you in your group. Because our goal here is to just get people to making, $300 to $1,000 to $2,000. I mean, this isn't, we're not talking about trying to make huge millionaires of people, because where people are at is they're just looking for a little extra side income. And we feel like that Mannatech is poised to be the answer for people when it comes to that. In terms of what we're doing this year, you're going to see more and more of a focus on the customer, and we are focused on being customer obsessed. This is something that Al is talking about each day. Each day that we come in, we are into the office. Everyone is very focused on how can we make the customer experience better. We feel like that improving the customer experience is a differentiator, because, you can look at other companies, you can look at an Amazon, and Amazon is big and powerful, but Amazon, I guarantee you, would love to be us. They would love to have the ability to have brand ambassadors who are out there actually talking up their product. And so we are so fortunate to have this model. This is again, you are poised. You are part of something really exciting, because you have a disruptive product, and you have a disruptive and innovative way to go out there and share the product with other people. So you'll see, we're shifting our focus to try to make it easier for people globally to bring in more customers. So you'll see us doing more and more of these types of efforts. There's something really interesting going on here at the Mannatech office. We've been talking about this, that everyone is very excited. We feel the team has really come together. And let me just share with you one of the really neat things that we've done that has really changed things. So we have taken sales and marketing and we've put it together under one head, and sales and marketing is under me. But that's not what I'm actually talking about here. What I'm talking about is Dr. Nugent. Dr. Nugent has been promoted to Chief Health and Nutrition Officer. He is the guy who's in charge of product development. So he's the guy who's putting the ideas together, and he's the guy on the back end making sure that it's all the right stuff. He'll be working in concert with our regional president, with Chris Simons. He'll be working with me, with other people in the office, with our other regional presidents and GMs around the world. But our focus is very, very streamlined, and we're incredibly excited about this. And the company and the people feel it. They feel the alignment in this office, and that is what is so exciting for all of us, because we feel like we're part of a team that is really going to make a difference. And and we have people walking around talking about this, talking about how exciting it is to be part of this team, that we know where we're going, that we know we are absolutely in the right place. All of us as employees, we know we're in the right place at the right time to truly make a difference in other people's lives around the world. And we have this incredible disruptive technology that nobody else has. We have an exclusive on Mannatech. No one else has that. We have an exclusive on other products in our line. And so we are, again, very, very excited. I'm as we move and as we pivot, and we're going to be creating more and more products that are meeting you where you're at. That is one of the things that Dr. Nugent knows. He knows our field. He knows our customers. And so he's helping us to for lack of a better term, it's ideation. It's an ideation process that we have put together and that he is in charge of, that's going to allow us to get the right feedback and input from the field, and that will in turn will come out with the right products that are really, really going to help people out there. So we're just very excited about Dr. Nugent's new role. And just so you understand what the changes have been, again, sales and marketing is under me. So that means you have events, incentives, recognition, and customer service. That's all now under Patty Anthe. Patty Anthe, who is Senior Director of Events, Incentives, Recognition, and Customer Service. And then you also have Scott Miles, who's Head of Product Marketing, and you have Ben Mayo, who's Head of Sales Systems. And then we have Sona Vanderhoop, who is working on personal and business development, because we're putting together, we believe that personal development is a huge part of the success of a lot of other companies. So we want to make sure that we have that kind of program in place. We're enhancing our ability to connect with our leaders, enhanced leadership relations. We're just taking a very, very strong and a fresh look at how we run our business. But we're trying to create more efficiencies and get more connected with our customers. So really flattening out the business a little bit. So again, very, very exciting time. We've got products that we're really shifting some focus to the gut, because the gut is where a lot of things happen. If a lot of you remember, there were some papers that were done some time ago on ambrotose and on its effect as a prebiotic in the gut. We are moving towards creating more and more products that help people with digestion and process, so that your gut and your stomach can be ready to accept and absorb glyconutrients. So there's just some incredible and neat science that goes on here. You'll hear from Dr. Nugent. He's got some really interesting things to share with you, and things that just where the world is moving to. And as you all know, Dr. Nugent is one of the smartest people that I know. And he has a unique ability to take science and nutrition, bring it all together, and to make it something interesting and easy to understand. And makes it easier for all of you to be able to take it out to your field and to the people, your constituents, so that you can articulate and understand. And we're putting Dr. Nugent on videos. His office is now 2 offices down from mine, and he's got we've got a whole, we soundproofed the room because he's got that deep voice, and no, we soundproofed it so that he can't be bothered while he's recording. So that is just, we're excited about that part of the process, because we want to start creating as much content as we can. We think that content and believe, based on what we're seeing from other companies out there, content is king, and we need to create as much content to support you and so that you can share about our products. So that's something that we're really focused on social media and creating a presence for Dr. Nugent out there in the social media world, so that you can plug into videos and links of him. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things that we're doing, but it all comes back, and what really grounds us is M5M. And M5M, as you all know, is a huge part of Mannatech, and it's a huge part of our legacy, and it's been a part of our history for years. For those who don't know, the whole concept that we utilize is that if someone gets someone on $100, or if you purchase $100 worth of Mannatech products, that'll nourish a child for 1 month. And we have seen just incredible results over the years. 17 million servings in 1 year is pretty incredible. I believe that was in 2019. And then we have our new partnership. It's not really new anymore. It's been going on for about 1.5 years with Kids Around the World. Kids Around the World makes a meal. Used to it just would be that we would share Phyto Blend. We would take Phyto Blend and we would partner with schools, and they would take this powder as phytonutrients, glyconutrients, vitamin minerals. They take it and they put it into to kids' meals to help make it to be the most healthy meal that they've had, which has been great. But Kids Around the World has a meal program, because we were nourishing kids before, but with Kids Around the World, we're actually feeding kids the most nourishing meal that they could have. So our Phyto Blend packet goes inside this meal from Kids Around the World, and that is so there'll be packing parties, one of their big events and kind of bonding event, and they rely on volunteers to have these packing parties, which you've probably seen videos of that before, but it's just a great time to create community and be joined together in an effort to do something for the children that we're impacting and benefiting. It just is really, it's a blessing to bring everybody together like that. But that partnership with Kids Around the World, we feel like we've been able to do so much more. And Sarah Landen, who is our director of the M5M Foundation, she's just done an incredible job, and she continues to do more and more. We're actually doing a lot more in Southeast Asia. That has become a big focus of ours, is to try to leverage relationships with kids around the world to be able to get into some of these places that there's so much need, there's so much poverty. In fact, one of our incentives in Japan was in Cebu, which it's a beautiful place for vacationing, but then it has incredible poverty. And the foundation, in partnership with Kids Around the World, was able to do some things down there, and with the Japanese folks. And then there's been a lot of opportunities like that. So you'll hear more as we continue to leverage those relationships, and perhaps we can help more in Malaysia and Singapore and some of those other countries that are surrounding Australia, and some of the places that you all feel like there's some need and that we need to help out. So that is a huge focus for us. So, all in all, I would say that, we believe that Mannatech is poised for an incredible 2020, and that Mannatech Australia, that it's a huge opportunity. I'm excited about it. I heard that you all are having a call with Naomi and James next week, and they have incredible abilities to just understand how to do this business, but really how to meet customers where they're at. I mean, my goodness, they created a customer acquisition system that's pretty incredible. So, that's going to be something you're not going to want to miss. And you definitely don't want to miss the event. But Here's what the news that I have to tell you. I wanted to save it to the end, but this is tough because I am coming to Australia, but it's not going to be next week. Here's what's happened. So I don't know if you all heard down there, but we actually delayed our North America incentive to Costa Rica. This was an incredibly difficult decision, something that we agonized over, but we had to delay it because of the coronavirus. And it just was, it's a serious problem. And we felt like to protect the kids and to protect our associates, our leaders, and to protect the manufacturing plant, we had to make that decision. It honestly is going to cost us $200,000 to $300,000 more. I mean, it's a huge cost to have had to delay that. And it was very, very, very difficult. But as you can imagine, we canceled that trip, and it would not be a good thing for us to do to then go to Australia. And I mean, as you know, I mean, this coronavirus, we don't really know a lot about it yet, but if we got one child ill in Costa Rica, we wouldn't be able to forgive ourselves. So we had to make that decision, and it was very difficult. And we also have to make the decision to not come to Australia. Doesn't mean I'm not coming, period. It just means I'm delaying. So I'm going to work with Chris, see if we can find another time here in the next couple of months. I've got those tickets. We paid for them. Believe me, my wife is like, what? No. She was not happy about that at all. But I have such a passion for all of you and the efforts and how hard everybody's working that we want to be there. We wish that we could be there, but unfortunately we can't. So, but I'm going to record a video, and I will be there with you. It'll be polished. It'll be sharp. It'll be exciting. I may even shave for it.
Nah. Chris goes, yes.
So,
well,
but hey,
thank you.
I do want to say that, again, thank you all for being on this call and letting me share my heart and excitement a little bit. I believe so much in this company, and I believe in the power of networking and the power of our product technology. If there's one thing that everybody says in the industry, if you ask about Mannatech, everyone says, wow, they got the best products. Everyone says that. They all know that we have the best products. And now we have the rest of everything coming together. We have an incredible management team. We have technology that we're bringing to the forefront. We're going out and getting the right people involved. We have awesome leaders. We have an incredible loyal customer base. So it's an awesome time to be a part of this company. And so I welcome all of you out there. I encourage you, make sure you do not miss the event. It's going to be incredible. And Chris, I'm sure you probably have some comments about that. So I'll flip it over to you.
Chris, you're muted.
Yeah.
I'm actually, thanks Landen. It's so nice of you to throw me on the hot seat. Yeah. No, guys, just as far as the event goes, I mean, we're really looking forward to, I'm halfway there. I'm sitting in London with no luggage, by the way, as usual. Heading down to South Africa for Super Regionals next weekend, and then jumping on a plane and heading off to Australia. So I know the team in the office is looking forward to having a great convention. We've got a whole bunch of surprises for you. We're going to be sharing a whole bunch of exciting new stuff. We're going to talk about the incentive. We might even tell you where it's going to be. I know that most of you probably do know or probably have heard from Jenny that we're treating February as a bonus month. So albeit that the incentive is going to be launching on the 1st of March, everything that you're doing right now is going to count towards the incentive. So we decided to give you a bonus month. It's just doing what you guys are doing, the good building business habits that you have in growing your businesses. So you will be rewarded for everything that you do. but we wanted to launch it at convention, so we didn't want to drag it out, and so we're going to do that properly. And I know where we're going. It's a very exciting destination, and I've traveled a bit, so when I tell you it's a nice destination, it's a really, really good destination. And we've shared the ideas with the leaders, and we fine-tuning some of the requirements to make sure that we take a big group with us this year. So as I said, I'm looking forward to, if I get close, otherwise I'll be shopping in South Africa, coming and seeing and spending time with you all. So I'm African, so I'm bulletproof, and I'm tough, so I'm on my way.
Dr. Nugent's advice is to suck lots of Immunostart when you're traveling during the coronavirus time. Oh, yep, good.
Yes, I've been going through a bottle a day. I can't lose weight.
I love Immunostart.
I do too.
Oh, would you both be available for any questions if there's anything if anybody
Sure.
wanted to write anything into the chat? So
Of
we've got
course.
a few minutes left, everybody. Is there anything, I know there are some questions about the gig economy, which, I said that that's a major marketplace, and that some people don't want a full-time business. Plus there's some regulatory moves that are uncertain and erratic, it seems. So, it's really like future-proofing the company that we have this customer focus and the gig focus as well. So did you want to add to anything to that?
Can you repeat the question again just one more time? I was actually reading.
The question was, why a gig economy? Why are we focusing on just the small income as opposed to the full income?
Well, there are some regulatory pressures here in the U.S. I mean, we have seen some. We've seen just with other companies that there's been some companies that have actually gotten shut down for talking so much about the money and about not necessarily being connected to a customer and being paid on, instead of being paid on product purchases, being paid on recruiting and those kinds of things. So it actually is really a product of great timing. I mean, because the gig economy is something that's happening anyway, but and we built the gig economy. I feel like that network marketing was a front runner to the gig economy anyway. It's just now that all those other companies are getting on board and trying to leverage what we do, but they don't have what we have. So there was some regulatory reasons, but at the same time, it's not so different than a lot of the things that we've talked about in the past. And it's just downplaying a little bit on the top end of the money, just because you just got to be careful about making sure that when you're talking about it, that you're connecting it with the efforts, that you're connecting it with hard work, and that you're being realistic about what it takes to do this business, that it's not easy. It's not like, well, you can recruit 2 people and all of a sudden you're making $1 million a year. You can't say things like that. And it's not true. The way this business is, it takes a lot of effort. It takes hard work. It takes studying and learning and understanding, and it takes building a customer base. And it's those kinds of things that we're trying to focus on, that we're trying to focus on because there's so many more people. It's such a bigger pond that you're playing in, or it's like an ocean that you're playing in, for people that want to make $300, an extra $300 a month, something to make a car payment. Is that still a car payment? Maybe $500. But yeah, so I mean, really that would be it. I mean, people, this gives us an opportunity to attract more and more people than going after, the big fish that's looking for a unicorn.
Fantastic. And there's another question there's about 3 questions here. So in regards to, you spoke about the management and the alignment and that everything's sort of coming together. How is that embracing the international offices? Is there a move towards that, to embrace them in that energy or systems or?
Let's see. Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, that is one of the things that we've done with having Chris and the role that he is in over EMEA, And then we've also brought in Jay Rowe, who is over Korea for us, and I am actually over Japan, and we've got Tim Chang, who's over Greater China. So there's been some alignment and some synergy and some efficiencies that we've created, and especially we're using some of our resources here in the home office more to help to leverage, and we feel like this helps us a little bit more in speed to market, and with efficiencies, cost efficiencies by doing that. So, and then there's other things that we're looking at doing, is using our ability to outsource to be able to get closer to our customer in some cases. So there's different models of it going around, but it has been it is very much streamlined. You have the three. You have our regional president, Chris, Greater China GM, and Korea GM reporting up through me. So it is efficient. I do wear a few hats, and you'll see us looking for ways to improve our efficiency by maybe growing staff, but we've got to grow business first. Our key on the business: we need business, need sales, need growth.
Sorry, my internet kicked me out there for a sec.
No, that's all right.
The other question was, what about kids around the world? Will there be any kind of focus? Or the other place, I know you mentioned Malaysia and Singapore, but there's also the indigenous kids in Australia that are very malnourished. And, I know that maybe the numbers don't fit. Is there any way we can work around the kids around the world for Australasia?
Absolutely. I mean, in fact, it looked like Chris, were you pointing at yourself? So you want to say something?
Yeah.
Please.
Landen, hold on. As I want to talk, my phone rings in my room. Hold on. Hello.
We're only talking to 40,000 people online. I mean,
it's fine. Yes, bring it to the room, please. Amen. Thank you. Bye. Amen. I don't have to wash my underwear tonight. I've got my bags have arrived.
I tell you what, we got time. Why don't you call room service real quick?
Okay, what would you like, Landen? Okay. So yes, talking about kids around the world in Australia and fiber blend powder, I know that Jenny and I have been in a lot of conversation about how we can support Australia and what we can do in Australia. And the challenge is locating where to actually put these resources, because orphanages are not a dime a dozen in Australia, and it's very difficult to get in touch with organizations that specifically look after the kids. The indigenous population is an umbrella that actually, it's not just the kids that actually need the help. Yeah. So just to let you know, it is something that we have been trying to focus on. It is something that we are talking about and exploring. I've discussed with some of the leaders, and you guys probably do know that I sit on the board with Landen on the M5M Foundation. So it is very close to my heart. So by all means, reach out to Jenny or reach out to myself, and let's find an opportunity to give back to the Australian community that really need it. But it is 100% right up in front, in my face, every single time I'm in Australia.
Perfect. And there's a big move, and this is consistent, to bring back the incentive to go to the Global Manifest. Is that a possibility in the future? We all miss that. You too.
Go ahead, Chris. I'll let you answer that.
Okay, it's really simple. Yes, we've dialed back on the manifest, the Global Manifest, for the last couple of years, simply because it didn't really make any sense to have them as a global manifest, and the numbers were just constant and not growing. So I believe that we are looking at doing a global manifest 2021. That being the case, 100% we will be looking at putting an incentive to win your way to manifest. It is something that I've done. I believe in it. I think it's important that in everybody's lifetime, they get to come to manifest at least once, and and actually can look and see and touch the building and see that we actually are there. So 100%
We're
we
real.
will.
And we
Yes.
have quite a few questions here wanting to probably advance notice of announcements at conference. I can see. So you gotta love us for trying. So the 20% loyalty for customers, when's that going global, as particularly Australasia, and
Yeah.
the new products in the US. Okay, Chris, go for it.
Yeah, Chris, go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to be covering all those points at convention in detail. I'm going to be laying it all out step by step by step, exactly where we're going. You know, and I think that's probably the best platform for me to do it. So all the changes that you are seeing in the USA are coming our way to Australia. We just wanted to make sure that we actually had all the collateral in place, make sure that we had everything in line before we actually rolled it out 100%. So that's all coming. So that was part of the first question. What was the second question?
Well, products and the 20% loyalty for customers was the
Again, all of that you're going to find out at convention. I'm not giving away any secrets. If you want to know, come to convention.
Jenny's already, no, Sharon, can't tell you that, can't tell you that. So,
you got to be there to find out.
And for those of you that can't, Jenny's coming on immediately after conference. So she wanted to be able to, we do understand that it's not possible for everyone, even though you should try. We all should be there. And I'll be there, but Jenny's coming on, and so you'll hear it here or through the grapevine.
We've got so much to share. Seriously, we've got so much to share at convention. You guys definitely need to be there. It's, you know, these are, and you all know that these are life-changing events. Not only is there going to be a good corporate presence, we've got some really good Australian speakers that we're bringing in that are going to really add a lot of value to everyone's businesses and a lot of value to you personally. But apart from that, you're going to find out what's going on for the next year. So if you want to find out, come along. I've told Jenny, if she opens her mouth, I have some friends with concrete boots, and Sydney Harbour is not that far away from where their office is.
So she's silenced, effectively silenced. Another question is about the Mannatech Plus app. I don't know if you can outline the strategies for its next levels of development. Is that a secret too?
No, I was letting you.
Okay.
But I mean, I can too.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
but don't give away any secret.
Yeah. So I mean, absolutely, we are creating this for Australia as well. I mean, the Mannatech Plus app should be the center of your universe. I mean, this is where everything should happen. We're going to use this platform to so that you can send out and share videos. And then also, you know, it already has the sampling ability, but the big thing that we're doing right now, in fact, what I talked about, that acceleration thing earlier, is that we are moving as fast as we can to get things that help you to build your business. And one of those is a dashboard. And that is, so now you're going to be able to go in, you're going to be able to see your volume, you're going to be able to see how many recruits. I mean, this advanced type of things to help you run your business and know where you're at. Those are the kinds of things we're putting in there. We also have added a section called Learn. And Learn is where we're putting training so that you all will have training in order to be able to understand how to do certain things on the app or how to do certain things in your business. Again, I spoke earlier about it. It's about content, developing as much content as we can to meet you where you are and the needs that you have in order to grow your business. Me and Dr. Nugent are connected at the head. I mean, we're doing everything we can, and he is just, I've never seen anything like it. And this is kind of funny. You all might relate to this a little bit. I have seen Dr. Nugent more in the past week than I've seen him in the last 14 years. He's been here every single day. I mean, 8 to 10 hour days with the rest of us. And he is plowing through and creating so much. He's creating, I don't want to say he's creating work. He's creating results. He's creating like videos and content and those kinds of things. So anyway, yes. So the app is where all this is going to happen. You're going to have all this content there. And we also just rolled out a new website. If you hadn't seen it, The Truth About Mannatech. Anybody seen it? Have y'all seen it? If you haven't, go check it out. It really is a great way. It's really the story of us, and it's being upfront about who we are and a lot of the controversial things that have happened. We're using that as a basis for videos and the story, and you're just going to see more and more stuff that we want to get out there and get in your hands so that you can talk to people and overcome these objections, these silly objections that people have about this amazing company that we all know that we're a part of and is very, very special.
Perfect. And I have a particular love for the communication side of things, like some of the email systems and stuff like that. Is that going to be developed further, or?
Yes, we actually have a platform partner that we are that we're working on developing content and what do you call it? Autoresponders, all those kinds of things, and then pushing as much as we can out through email. But we would prefer, it would make a lot of sense if everybody was on the app and we pushed out all communication through there, because I realize not everybody uses an app. And we recognize that, and we'll still continue to push out communication in other forms. But it would be a lot easier on us and you in terms of making sure that you don't miss anything if it was all coming through the app.
Well, it'd be great to have a desktop version of the app, because many people.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I thought we did have that. Let me check that out.
I could be out of the loop there. So I don't want to miss anybody's questions here. Heather, I want to say to you, if you've got connections in the Digis community, Jenny Messenger is looking to work with people in the field. So just go ahead and contact corporate. Oh, Diana's already said that. Thank you, Diana. Will there be someone at ACON to answer our questions about Mannatech Plus issues? So that's an education training kind of thing. Chris, and I wonder then if we should do a Saturday call to refresh people on where it's at and going forward. We can definitely do that. So that's a great idea, John and Anna. Android and iOS for the app, please, they're saying. Wonderful website. I have one, and I've been sent another wish list for The Truth About Mannatech. Is that forwardable to someone?
Yeah, please. Yeah, send it, or you can send it to Chris, and Chris can send it to me.
Okay, I'll send it to both of you. Chris's inbox tends to be quite full. Doesn't. That's my experience.
Mine too.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I'll carrier pigeon it.
Please.
New products launched. Oh, one of the things that comes up consistently is the not for resale program. Will that ever be possible to come to Australasia?
I won't answer for Chris. Yeah, Chris, go ahead, please.
Sharon, that's a long conversation, and
okay.
And I won't do it justice answering it over the phone. So I mean, we can sit down. That could be a Saturday call. That could be a topic we can discuss at conference. But it's a leadership discussion that we need to have first. There are a lot of positives and negatives and pros and cons regarding the whole not for resale program
for the region.
And there's a lot of issues within Australia and within the Direct Selling Association and also the retail organizations. I've forgotten what they call. You have a police body that
TGA.
Not even the TGA. TGA is more the supplement. You actually have for the life of me, that look after the day-to-day of business of Australia. It's like it's TAA or AAT or something like that. So
okay, I don't know
it is fraught with a lot of issues that we are looking at. There are companies that are trying it, and there are a bunch of issues. So it's not something. You must just remember one thing: Mannatech will always make sure that whatever we do, there's very little risk involved, because it's our function is not only to making sure we have products and making sure that we're paying commissions and we're getting innovative with products and that stuff, but it also is to make sure that we take care of your businesses. And that's a huge responsibility that we take. So sometimes, the field gets frustrated with the pace at which we move. And sometimes they don't understand, well, why are you being so cautious? And let's take a chance. It would not behoove us at all to put your business. Remember, your business is our business and our business is your business. So we are going to be always, we'll measure twice before we cut once. So it's not as simple as a conversation as that.
Perfect. And the answer to your thinking there was the ACCC, Australian Competition and Consumer
There we
Commission.
go, ACCC.
There you go. It's teamwork. As a community, we got it together. So I think we've covered most of the questions. There's still, everybody wants every product on the planet, which is understandable because we have such good products. What would you both like to say in completion this morning?
Oh, what? Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, see you all at Mannatech at convention.
2 weeks, everybody.
Yeah, and I'll just say thank you again, everybody, for being on the call. And I'm so excited about setting foot on Australian soil. It'll just be a little bit delayed. And my wife does too. She will be coming, so she'll get an opportunity to meet everybody. But again, you know what? This is an incredible company that we're a part of, and we look forward to seeing all the incredible accomplishments that you all are going to have in 2020. And it's going to start with your convention here in a couple of weeks. So good luck to everyone, and I'll miss you.
Can I have a final say, guys? I think, I think it's pretty disappointing that Landen's not going to be coming to convention. But I actually, in a way, from a selfish standpoint, think, we would be far better served at a later time in the year, having a Landen specific meeting. So, we will create an event or a couple of events in Australia that will bring Landen over, that you guys can have more of Landen than a convention. The convention is going to be so full, so busy. We'll have him up on screen, but I look forward to the fact that we can actually bring him and you guys can actually get to meet him and understand his passion and his heart and what drives him a little bit more personally than from a distance up on stage at convention. So while, it's the right decision for the company to make right now, for him not to travel, it's the right decision, guys. It's a no-brainer. But the benefit's going to be that we will get him, he's not canceling his tickets because I bought him non-refundable tickets, so he can't cancel him. So he has to come. But we can definitely benefit from having a little bit more one-on-one. You guys can benefit from having a little bit more one-on-one time with him when he does come.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you both. God bless you. Thanks everyone for being here. We really appreciate you, and see you next week with James and Naomi. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.